Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Travel and Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And, you know, very often we come on and we talk about all of the different outstanding accolades that people get. Fletcher certainly has a bunch of those. Always glad to have representatives from Fletcher come in to talk to us about some of the things that are valuable for what they do and all the things that are valuable for our community. So we welcome into the program Dr. Carrie Cortez. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Of course, Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs and Workforce Initiatives. Sitting next to her, Ms. Jody Dewey. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Associate Vice Chancellor for Academics. And so, Jody, this is a really cool thing. So for people that don't know, tell us a little bit about this Bellwether Award. Hard to say that fast. Bellwether. The Bellwether Award. And maybe a little bit about its history.
Sure. So the Bellwether Consortium is a consortium of award-winning colleges who are charged with addressing critical issues in higher education, and specifically community colleges.
Okay.
So there are 3 categories for this Bellwether Award, and 30 finalists have been selected to come and compete for this award. So the categories are instructional programs and services, workforce development, and planning, governance, and finance. And so we were selected as a finalist for the planning, governance, and finance category.
Really?
Yes.
So the interesting thing to me is because when I think of Fletcher, and I'm so very glad that one of my family members was chancellor there years ago, and we would talk all the time about all these trade options, right, that people have. But now Fletcher's being recognized for some of these financial options that people have. That's really cool.
And so the actual award focuses on innovative programs that can not only accelerate students, but also workforce and this planning, governance, and finance category. Wow. And they're looking for people who are programs that are innovative and worthy of replication. So not only do we want to go and showcase what we've done at Fletcher, but we want to share that knowledge with our peers at the Bellwether.
Wow. And so very unique, right? So they want you to see something that's unique and new, but also something that you're saying you want to be able to sustain.
Yes.
Right? So I love that for higher education. So Aaron, put that up if you don't mind. I want people to understand this Bellwether Award and what it is. And so this is the 2024 Bellwether Award finalist as Fletcher Technical Community College in the area of planning, governance, and finance is one of the 3 areas that Jody just kind of mentioned to us. And so certainly congratulations are about that. And so you have some information there. If you would like to find out more, you can always go to bellwethercollegeconsortium.com. And that's where you can kind of get a little bit more information as Fletcher's one of those finalists. And so first and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, that's exciting. And so more on the flyer itself, it says something about it just takes 8, right? Dr. Garrett, tell us a little bit about what that means.
So 8 is all it takes is the outcome of rethinking the traditional semester. In a traditional semester, it's typically 16 weeks long. And for example, full-time students taking at least 12 hours would take 4 classes in a 16-week semester. So it would take longer and they would focus on more. In 8 is all it takes, we divided the 16-week semester into 2 8-week sessions, as we call them. And that allows students to focus on fewer classes and get them done more quickly.
And look, what a great idea, too. And this is one of those things that I'm so very excited that Fletcher kind of looked outside the box, if you will. So we thought outside the box, and then we cut that box in half, right? And so taking that 16 and breaking it up into 2 8-week sessions, I think very often it lets people realize, I could do this. And especially if they have a little bit less, so less is more, right?
Yes.
Taking less classes for a little bit shorter period of time, and they reach that short-term goal faster, then they have a bigger long-term goal.
Exactly.
So it's really, really cool. So again, I love that idea. So the 8-week sessions is really cool. Aaron, put the flyer back up because now it makes more sense to me. So I appreciate you doing that. So the 8 is all it takes as they're rethinking the traditional semester. Rather than 16 weeks, it is 8 weeks. And so very excited about that. And so Jody, tell us a little bit more about these programs and what we're doing.
Yeah, so for the Bellwether Award itself, we have 3 judged events that we're going to be competing in.
Okay.
The first event is a digital binder submission. So we have to submit a digital binder. It's a book, basically, that addresses our issue. We've done the research behind the issue, and then shows how we've developed the program and what our outcomes were. And so we are going to be submitting that this week. That will go to a panel of judges to look at. And then at the end of
us first.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of this month, Dr. Strickland and Dr. Cortez and I will be heading to San Antonio to actually compete. And so there's 2 other live judged parts to that. And that is a showcase where we have basically a booth set up where we'll be talking with judges and panelists and showing off our good stuff we're doing at Fletcher.
Showing off, that's what I like.
And then the last piece is actually a presentation in front of a panel of judges and peers. And there'll be about an hour presentation with time for Q&A. And at the end of that, we wait to see.
Right. Well, again, so very exciting that just to be considered.
Yeah.
Right? So just being able to be considered for the Bellwether Award. And you said 30, is that right?
Yes, 30 finalists
30
from across
finalists
the United
across
States.
the United States.
Yes.
And again, just representing, this our small area in South Louisiana who are doing things right. So Aaron, put that up one more time. Congratulations goes out for a finalist for the 2024 Bellwether Award in the area, one of the 3 areas, this one for planning, governance, and finance for Fletcher Technical Community College. One of their unique perspectives is that 8 is all it takes as they rethink the traditional semester. And again, very excited. Ladies, congratulations and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment and this Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere. A whole lot more local programming right here on HTV.